Hello, everybody. Well, I had a plan, and my plan was to do things from different locations, and it worked fine until today because I had to go to a meeting at 8 o'clock this morning in Holbrook, and then I came back here and I had another meeting, so I didn't have time to get myself together. I wanted to do this in different locations, remember? Well, we're back in my office, but I'm going to try it again next week. But the story's still the story. And this story is for the boys and girls at Clinton Avenue and Norwood Avenue. And it's called Tacky the Penguin. I really like penguin books. I don't know why. I like penguins in general. I think it's the way they look. And it's by Helen Lester, illustrated by Lynn Munsinger. All right, so get in a comfortable position. And I'll swing around this way, and I'll read you the story. We're good. Thank you, Mr. Pisano. Tacky the Penguin. And this book was lent to me by Miss Tucci, one of our teachers. So I have to make sure I get it back to her. It's nice when people lend you books, but you have to get them back. There once lived a penguin. His home was a nice icy land he shared with his companions. See all the icebergs? He's standing on an iceberg. His companions were named Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect. His name was Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird. Every day, Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect greeted each other quietly and politely. See, they're shaking hands. It looks like they're slapping five. He's bowing or she's bowing. Tacky greeted them with a hearty slap on the back and a loud, "What's happening?" Look, he hit this penguin so hard, it looks like the penguin's falling off the iceberg. Well, Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect always marched. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tacky always marched 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 0, 2.5, and 0. His companions were graceful divers. They dive off the iceberg into the water, into the ocean there. Tacky liked to do a splashy cannonball. Boom! Water goes all over the place. Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect always sang pretty songs like Sunrise on the Iceberg. Tacky always sang songs like How many toes does a fish have? Tacky was an odd bird. You see, they don't really like it so much. They're holding their ears, if they have ears. One day, the penguins heard the thump, thump, thump of feet in the distance. This could mean only one thing. Hunters had come. So they're looking pretty concerned there, aren't they? They came with maps and traps and rocks and locks, and they were rough and tough. As the thump, thump, thump drew closer, the penguins could hear the growing voices chanting, "We're going to catch some pretty penguins, and we'll march them with a switch. And we'll sell them for $1 and get rich, rich, rich." That's pretty scary stuff. Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect ran away in fright, hiding. They hid behind a block of ice. Tacky stood alone. The hunters marched right up to him, chanting, "We're going to catch some pretty penguins, and we'll march them with a switch." and we'll sell them for $1 and get rich, rich, rich. What's happening? Blared Tacky, giving one hunter an especially hearty slap on the back. They growled, "We're hunting for penguins. That's what's happening." "Penguins?" said Tacky. "Do you mean those birds that march neatly in a row?" And he marched 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 0, 2.5, 0. The hunters looked puzzled. "Do you mean those birds that dive so gracefully?" asked Tacky. And he did a splashy cannonball. The hunters got all wet. "Do you mean those birds that sing such pretty songs?" Tacky began to sing, and from behind the block of ice came voices of his companions, all singing as loudly and as dreadfully as they could. "How many toes does a fish have? How many wings on a cow? I wonder, yep, I wonder." So they were getting it, I think. The hunters could not stand the horrible singing. This could not be the land of pretty penguins. They ran away with their hands clasped tightly over their ears, leaving behind their maps and traps and rocks and locks, and not looking all rough and tough at all. Goodly, lovely, Angel, neatly, and perfect hugged Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird, but a very nice bird to have around. Tacky saved them, didn't he? They were looking for all these neat and proper penguins, and Tacky was a little bit odd. But by being a little bit odd, he didn't appeal to the hunters. They didn't want to take a penguin back that behaved like he did or looked like he did. And at the end, remember, even the very proper penguins started singing like he did. And that's what made the hunters run away. They couldn't stand the sound. It's a good story. I want you to have a great week, and I'll be back next week. I'm going to really try hard to be in a different location. No, I'm not going to be back next week. We're off next Thursday. So it will be in 2 weeks. And then I'm going to try to be at a special location. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.